Hey everybody, Dan here. Good afternoon. I'm going to do your uh, afternoon recap. That's what it is. I want to start off a little bit differently because it seems like every time I post one of these, I get questions about what does this mean? Did you make money or not? Um, so let me just do a recap for you. Today, I had 6 wins and no losses. Lee had 6 wins and no losses. I made $42 per contract. Now, hang on, I'm going to tell you what that means. And Lee made $54 per contract. Options trade in contracts as opposed to shares. So you don't buy one share, you buy one contract. So the contract we trade on average costs about $180. So if you were to trade 5 contracts today, you would have only needed $900, and you would have made, if you were me, you would have made 210. If you were Lee, you would have made 270. If you traded 10 contracts, which only takes 1,800 of capital, you would have made $420 today, or 540 for Lee. 20 contracts only takes $3,600 of capital. Most of you have that. That made $840 today, or $1,000. So you're talking about $250,000 a year potential income here with 3,600 of capital, because this capital keeps turning over. It's not in the market more than a couple of minutes at a time. And then 40 contracts. We have members that trade 40, 50, and 60. Lee would have made 2,100, and I made 1,700, 1,680. So that's how that works. So let's recap the trades. First, I'm going to just kind of show you the trade log again. And this time I marked off the trades ahead of time. And so you can see the time that we took every trade, and I'll make this link available to everybody. So there were total between Lee and I of 12 trades, no losses. That's that. Now, the overall stats, I think, are impressive. And so yesterday we had 12 wins and 1 loss, 92% win rate, $140 per contract. So you can do that math. 5 contracts would be about 750. 10 contracts would be about 1,500 in income. Over a 7-day period, we've had 59 wins and 6 losses for a 90% win rate. That's the profit per contract. Again, just times this number by how many contracts you trade. And then over the last 30 days, the win rate's 86.6, $1,650 per contract. So again, just 10 contracts would be a $16,000 profit month, and 10 contracts required about $1,800. Okay, that's how that works. And sorry if you're already a member, I feel badly going through that because you guys already know that. But I just wanted to cover that because I get so many questions. Okay, so I'm not going to recap Lee's trades. I'm only going to recap mine. You'll find there's a very similar pattern between the two of us. He has more time to trade during the day. I have other stuff going on. So the first trade was 802, and again, every one of these is logged here on the ledger, so you can see it. 803 to 806 was my first trade. I usually don't start until about 8. Lee handles the earlier shift, just because he's on the East Coast. Okay, so I'm not going to keep going back to the log. I think you have the idea. So this trade was entered at actually 803, and so we had the bear signal. Normally, again, what we need, because there's no dot here yet, so that means we need to take out the most recent candle. So in this particular case, it was the actual candle that gave us the signal. So the signal came here. We couldn't take the trade until it cleared here. And then on the next candle, it confirmed this was my entry candle. So there's the short signal for us. We need this to always be going down when we enter a trade. This is probably one of the most underrated indicators ever, anywhere. So as long as this is going down and we get a signal, it's usually going to be a win. So what got in here, it got a little baby pullback here, but we stayed with it because we didn't get an exit signal. And then the very next candle, Sorry, we actually did get an exit signal, but there's a long story there. I'm not going to get into it right now. Mainly, I'll just tell you the chop index was continuing to drop. The volume was so low on the pullback. It wasn't a very serious pullback, and I got out. I could have stayed with it and made a lot more money. I think I made about $10 per contract on that move. My next trade did not come until 8:49, and I entered. Actually, something's not right here. I think it was 8:50. I'm sorry, guys. 8:03 we looked at already. So 8:48. Just want to get this right. I think I kind of placed these flags a little willy-nilly. Okay, so I entered on this candle. Same story. Got a little pullback after we went in, but we had the buy signal here, and the buy no dot. So we just had to clear. Where's the buy signal? Here. Oh, there is a dot. Sorry. So once the buy signal came, we had to clear this red dot right here where I'm putting my line. And you can see this candle absolutely cleared it. Our chop index dropped. Again, suffered a little bit of a pullback, but then rode it all the way up here for the second one of the day. Third trade was here, and kind of same story. Bull signal came here. In this case, there's no dot. So because there's no dot, we had to clear these wicks. And again, waiting like this just confirms the trade. We filter out almost every false signal by clearing the wick or clearing the dot. It's quite incredible. So in this case here, I actually could have entered on this candle. I might have actually. That one was that the one? 8:48, 8:56? Nope, that was the 9:52. I thought I was going to really be swift this time, but I'm not. Yep, 9:52 to 9:59. So that is literally on this candle. See the drop in the chop index. I already had the buy signal. I just was waiting to clear this wick. I actually could have entered on this candle, but we rode that up for a decent win there. Yeah, hopefully you're seeing a pattern here. I don't mean just the wins, but the entries and the style. Next trade was 11:18. We had the buy signal here. We had to clear this dot. There's your dot. So this was the candle I entered on. Notice the drop in the chop index, exactly what we look for. And we rode that one up to here. That was a good trade. Next, I think this might be the last one of the day. Yeah. Nope, two more. This one we entered at 12:12, and this one I waited a long time, and the reason for that is the Fed was still kind of talking and answering questions, and so we were just being hyper careful. But where this could have gone, here's your sell signal, the signal to go short, buy put, and the dots all the way down here. So this is the candle I could have entered on, because you can see that the chop index came down and we broke my line here. I waited for just a little more confirmation, entered here and exited here. And then the last trade, everything's pretty much the same here. I think the Fed might have just finished the Q&A, but the market was still kind of peculiar. So I was just a little bit jumpy. But we got the bear signal. We have to clear the dot. So it's pretty simple. Symbol, dot, and make sure this is coming down. And it really didn't start coming down until this candle right here. And I got in and out pretty quickly. I actually picked the bottom almost perfectly. That's it. 6 trades, 6 wins, no losses. I hope you're getting the feel, because here's what I get from a lot of people. This is if you're a visitor watching this. All these guys are full of it. It's impossible. Nobody has a win rate like that. Or the one that I love is, if his win rate is so high, then why does he bother teaching this? Why doesn't he just trade all day? Well, that's kind of silly because there's a big difference between me trading for income, which I do and I love, and me building a company. And the company's pretty successful. So that's that. And I'll continue to show you these results every single day. And if anybody wants to come in the live trading room and watch these happen in real time, you certainly can. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks a lot. Have a great afternoon. Bye.